Fuck that low battery. Oh, excuse me, excuse me. This is Mikey T, the movie star, y'all. This is Mikey T, the movie star, y'all. What is good? What is good? I need everybody watching me right now on Instagram. Everybody watching me on the gram. I want you
Put on your
guys.
Valentino.
I want you guys to hit the link in my bio right now. Hit the link in my bio right now. Everybody on here on the gram and come join me on YouTube right now. I want everybody to come join me on YouTube. We got a dope live video we're doing tonight. The link is in my bio, as I said, y'all. So just hit the link in my bio, and I'll see y'all here on YouTube in just a second. See y'all there. All right, dope, dope, dope. Let's get this thing started, man. We have a dope video for everybody tonight. We have a exclusive to talk about tonight. A major exclusive, you guys. Definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in. I appreciate everybody for tapping in on the live video tonight. I'm excited about tonight's video because we're digging into some old hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? We're actually getting into some old hip hop history. The old G Unit B 50 Cent versus the Game. We're gonna get a couple pieces of information we really never knew about it. We're going to get a lot of information tonight, you guys. Appreciate everybody for sharing this video. Okay. Appreciate everybody for sharing this live stream. Appreciate everybody for hitting that like button as they tune in. We got some dope news to speak on tonight. Appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight, man. I really do. We got a dope stream tonight, you guys. What's going on? I agree with you, C Spade. I agree with you, man. We're going to get into it all tonight, man. We're going to speak on it all tonight, to be real with you guys. We got a lot to talk about, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Let me know what y'all smoking on tonight. Let me know what city you guys are from. Hope y'all are enjoying your night, man. But we're going live now. It's Mikey T, the movie star. I'm here, y'all. I am here, y'all. And we have an epic story. We have an epic story. We got an epic story, you guys. We got to go back and talk about Eminem's recent diss tracks. We've seen Eminem go at the likes of Nick Cannon. We saw him respond to Machine Gun Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Now the game apparently has a diss track. Wack 100 says the game has a diss track for Eminem. We're going to speak on it all tonight. No, C Spade. I know, brother. I know what you meant. I know you were talking about the Drillmatic album that the game is working on right now. It's called Drillmatic, and they have the single Easy. They have the single Easy out. They had poked at Meek Mill a little bit. Actually, the game didn't really poke at Meek Mill. It was more Wack poking at Meek Mill. But they're doing different things to drum up a little bit of controversy or a little bit of excitement around this album, you guys. So I really don't blame them for what they're doing here. if you guys watched one of my interviews with Royce the 5'9", I think you guys would remember. I think you guys would remember when I asked Royce the 5'9" about Cassidy battling Eminem. Royce told me Cassidy would have a better opportunity putting a diss track out on Eminem to get a response, to provoke a response from Eminem. It would be easier to actually just release a diss track. So I think Wack 100 might be using his mentorship towards the game to actually do something in regard to this. Yo, game, I don't think we're going to get an Eminem versus unless you beat him in a rap battle, unless you potentially beat him in a rap battle. It looks like where we're heading, you guys. It looks like we're heading to I heard on this Clubhouse conversation, I heard 200 bars. I had predicted 6. I predicted 6. Wack also said that the game could be dissing Eminem on his own beat, y'all. He could be dissing Eminem on his own beat. I'm wondering if this shit has to do with the Super Bowl, though. Jason asks, what record company is the game with now? You know, the game has dropped several albums on E1, Jason. Since he left Interscope or Geffen, he pretty much has been dropping his albums at E1. Quite a stream of albums as well, man. You know, between the documentary 2, the documentary 2.5. He's had quite a number of albums out, man. He had quite a number of albums out. I mean, I'm wondering, is Wack 100 going to bring the game on his podcast to potentially talk about this diss track next? You know, the game or Wack 100 is going off about the potential of the game releasing a diss track. I guess it's really not potential anymore at this point in time because Wack actually said the game had a diss track and a response record ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Basically, a diss record and a response track ready to go. Very interesting to hear, man. Very interesting to hear that the game already is, you know, recording tracks. And I'm not sure, but if he's already got shit to go, you know, it's kind of odd to me. I'm kind of thinking possibly that, I'm kind of thinking possibly that the game has recorded over some pre-existing Eminem production. You know what I mean? And that's probably the reason or what has given him the ability to actually come up with several different diss tracks. Uh, What is the over under on the game? Yeah, I think it's pretty big potential that the game drops this on Drillmatic, his new album. I think it would be smart. I think it would probably be in the game's best interest if he actually dropped the Drillmatic album at the same time that he dropped this Eminem diss track, or possibly the response. However, they end up working it. You know, if they get a response out of Eminem, which Wack 100 seems to think they will. Wack 100 seems to think they will get a response out of Eminem, judging by the fact that Eminem dissed Nick Cannon and Machine Gun Kelly. Wack 100 seems pretty confident in it, you guys. But yeah, I appreciate everybody sharing this video, man. Appreciate all the love. Definitely do appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Major respect to everybody tapping in tonight. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. We have a dope video to speak on. A potential new hip hop battle is going to be happening. Not necessarily a battle because it's going to be on track. You know, that's one thing that Wack said. He's like, it's not like this is going to be a battle, which Eminem is, pretty much known for. Eminem's been known for battling face to face for his whole career. I had actually just done an interview with Bizarre from D12 where he spoke on it. Prince Sports says, I would lose respect for the game if he dissed Eminem for no reason. Yeah, man. To me, in all honesty, it doesn't really seem like there is a reason there. You know what I mean? It doesn't really seem like there's a reason there for the game to actually be dissing Eminem. It's kind of absurd, you know? It's kind of absurd being the fact that the only thing I could really think of is that Eminem really never went back and worked with the game again after his debut album when they made the record called We Ain't for the documentary album. Eminem did a feature, you know what I mean? Probably because Eminem was asked by Dr. Dre. He was asked by, you know what I mean? He was asked by 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Listen, we need you to come in here. We need you to seal the deal. We need you to seal the deal for this game project. It always looks good if we have all the right cosigns on there. So I really don't know why Eminem and the game would be beefing. If it is even beef, if it's even beef, what's good? What's good? Sean Bag Life, what's popping with you, man? Yeah, so yeah, we got to talk some shit tonight, man. We got some shit to talk about. C Spade asked, when is the release? First, the ish he said about Dre and now using M's name to jump up for album sales. Well, man, I think another possibility could be the fact that Eminem never reached back in relation to a versus when, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He never really reached back in relation to all of the call outs that the game made in order to get a versus. All right, Reek, I'm gonna send the link, man. Tap in, bro. If that's really you, Reek, tap in. Sean says he is reaching facts. Well, I mean, the game kind of wants to put himself up there against the best in the industry. The only problem is he's not getting any acceptance. Well, Steve Drive, the fact that the game could get a diss track out there, it could spark up more streams. You know what I'm saying? He's doing pretty decent streams for Easy right now. I think the next step would honestly be to do something like this, something with some shock factor to it, some shock value. But also I did say if the game gets a response from Eminem, that's when the most hype could be around this situation. The most hype could be around this situation when the game actually gets a response and then he has to reply to it. Steve Drive says game is fitting to sell 25K. I don't think the game is going to sell 25K on this one, bro. I don't think the game is going to sell 25K on this one, man. I think the game's been doing some decent numbers for his last projects. I mean, going back to the documentary and the documentary 2.5, those joints moved some units. But then also we had 1992. I don't know the sales for Born to Rap. But 25K, I don't think, man. I don't think I don't think the game is going to come out and sell 25K. I see it more being around 80 to 100,000 units. Yeah, yeah, I really don't get what happened with Ross's last album, aside from the fact that, people have been there, done that. East, the game is a legend. He is so good and he is so stubborn. 50 is an asshole. Interesting. C Spade says, I hear you on the verses, but is M supposed to reply to everyone that wants to do a verses with him? If M or J do one, it's a one-time thing. Yeah, you're right. Mostly for any artist, it's a one-time thing. You know what I mean? Mostly for anyone, it's a one-time thing. So Yeah, they're going to be really selective when who they determine who they want to do it with. Not everybody has the perfect person to do a versus with that's right there in front of them. Not everybody has the Gucci Man and Young Jeezy. You know what I mean? Not everybody has the 50 Cent Ja Rule appeal. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, they had T.I. and Jeezy booked, but then Gucci decided he would do it and they took T.I. out. You know what I mean? So it's all about the popularity to it, man. If Eminem is going to have the ability to one day do a verses with Jay-Z or potentially a Nas, you know what I mean? Why would he want to do it with the game? You know what I mean? First of all, the game and Eminem, they're a little bit different. They're from different eras. You know what I mean? They're almost from different eras, you could say. The game got started in his mainstream career in 2005. Eminem's mainstream career got started in like 1999. You know what I mean? They're relatively of different, you know what I mean, statures. Um, Big up, big up, big ups. What's up? What's up? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. I definitely do. Yeah, exactly, Steve Drive. 50 verse Wayne. That's a amazing verses right there that you could do. So it's like people are going to take this into consideration. 50, am I going to do it with Ja Rule where it's going to turn into a melee? Am I going to do it with the game where it's potentially going to turn into a melee? Or am I going to do it with somebody like Lil Wayne who actually has a group of hits to go up against my group of hits? Um, all right, yo, Reek, if that's you, just put your camera on and I'll bring you in, bro. Let's see. Oh shit, it's the dude right here. Reek.
What's the deal? What's the deal, man? What y'all got going on?
Reek, what's popping, man? I appreciate you tapping in.
No, for sure, man. You know, I seen the big homie name in the title, man. So I had to come in. What's going on though?
Yeah, I've seen you pop in a few times on us here before, man. I definitely appreciate it, man.
No, facts, man. Appreciate you having me, man.
So, Reek, how did you get the position as Wack 100's co-host?
Clubhouse.
Okay.
Clubhouse. Creating rooms, revolving around snitching, gang politics, you know, East Coast, West Coast blood, politics, you know, kind of just inquiring from the OGs out east about how they started to be Don moves and you know, just figuring it out like that. I'm from the West Coast. I'm a blood, and we don't really got that much knowledge on them people on the East Coast. So Clubhouse, putting them all on one app gave me the ability to be able to create titles like OG Mac, Snitch, or Founder of the East Coast Bloods. Jim Jones, Confidential Informant, or King of New York. So I, you know what I mean? I pretty much
Damn.
reached for the motherfucking sky and ended up touching the motherfucking moon. So,
No,
you know,
get a spot where you can get on camera though, Reek.
yeah, facts. I'm in a dark lit place right now because I'm finna leave. Um, let me see. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just step outside in a second.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you about that first episode that came together. I don't think many people ever really saw anything like that where so many different podcasters had come together for one shoot.
Yeah, no, facts. It was definitely some different shit. It was a mega powerhouse. Like it was just all the podcast gods in one building. Only person I felt like we was missing was Joe Buttons. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Shout out to Joe. I feel like Joe should have been a part of it, but you know, Joe does what Joe do. Um, but yeah, you know, Adam 22, when I did the no jumper interview, he was like, man, he was like, I didn't know where to jump in at that conversation. I'm like, man, you know, him being a seasoned vet, and he was quiet most of the time. I'm like, damn, he's never been in an environment like that. So, I told myself, at that time, I said, you know what, I'm new, I'm the new face. I took the position as a student and observed and learned a lot from that first podcast. Like you'll see with episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the other ones, literally, like I literally mimicked their energy, their body language, eye contact to really get a good feel for it. Because on Clubhouse, we just talk over a phone, Mikey. We don't really like get to see each other.
Yeah,
So a motherfucker could be laid out sleep, laid in the bed. You don't know. But when you on camera, it's different. You're like now required to like have some type of personality, do some body language, some eye contact, shit like that. So yeah, it's different. Um, but I got the hang of it. Yeah, definitely shout out to Adam 22, man. Um, he definitely enlightened me with a lot of shit. Um, and like I said, I was just observing.
that's
One of
what's
the
up.
hats that he shot me from his shit, I don't know if this is his company, but he had a whole bunch of this shit there. Gave
Oh,
me
that was
hats,
Adam
blunts.
22 shit.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. They had a whole bunch of it. Blunts and grinders and edibles and all different type of shit. So
Oh man, that's lit. Yeah, I remember I met Wallow out there in Philly. He just had a whole room full of merch that he was like, "Yo, Mikey, take anything you want." So he hit me up with some headbands, all different types of shirt and shit. So how was the experience meeting Gilly, man? Gilly and Wallow have really taken over this game, and they got quite the relationship with Wack.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to them. They're the number one podcast. As of now, they are the number one on the list. So they was real good, man. Um Wallow, man, he's a real vet, man. Um he's one of those people, man, that know how to make you feel comfortable and at home. As soon as he meets you within the first 5 minutes, you can just feel the energy. And having that energy definitely goes a long way. Because them already having a rapport amongst each other, you know, shit, I'm involved in the conversation, but these dudes actually have stories and situations that they can reflect on. And I'm not no clout chaser type dude. Let me just jump in, just say just something for shock value. You know what I mean? I play my position and I build a good rapport amongst people. So next time I see them, I got some jokes for that Mike Tyson part line that he hit me with, man. Talking about who this light skinned nigga with the Mike Tyson part. I ain't had no comeback, but I'm gonna have a comeback next time. Next time I'm gonna
Right.
have something.
That's
You
what's up.
fucked me up with that.
Yeah, man. I'm sure you're gonna, as the episodes continue to pour out, I'm sure you're gonna find your way. You're gonna the people are gonna find more out about your personality. You know what I mean? I see you're catching already though, man. I'd tapped into I think you had Cadillac Ta on last night. Was that your clubhouse?
uh
They was doing
well,
the crime boss 2.0.
oh yeah, oh yeah, facts. I had did the listening party.
Yep, I was in there, man. Yeah, I'm tapped in with you, man. Shit's lit though. But
Oh, I do remember. I remember you on stage. Hell yeah.
what do you think about this whole new situation, man? Wack 100 said this dude, the game is about to set another fire. I know he's building up for the Drillmatic album, so a diss against Eminem could drive the streams up crazy. Thinking back to that Rick Ross diss on Birdman.
So how do I feel about Game going at it with 50 or going at it or getting ready to come at Eminem?
Yeah, it looks like he's about to drop a whole diss track on Eminem. It's looking like it's going to be 300 bar style with a compilation of beats.
Oh yeah. Um, I think he's given enough flowers to Eminem, enough credit to Eminem where he can drop it and Eminem can even appreciate the craft. I don't think he's gonna talk about his medical condition. I don't think he's gonna disrespect that man's daughter, nothing like that. Um,
Real
I
shit, yeah.
think when he puts it out, it's gonna be dope and entertaining at the same time. Game, he's from that era of people, having beefs and trolling and shit like that. So to see him even consider going into that avenue is cool with me. Because I like to see Game at his most comfortable type realm, opposed to him just doing what needs to be done. And I think Game, he's most lit when he's going crazy. You know what I mean? When he's talking his shit. You know what I mean? So
Facts. Yeah. Yeah, it
shit,
really is.
I'm fucking with it for sure.
How did you feel about Easy? It was a little bit more lighthearted. You know, you could sort of tell the change in his flow a little bit as well. It wasn't as aggressive as some of the earlier albums were.
Shit, I got a chance to listen to most of his new album, and it's versatile throughout the whole thing. He got songs that's specifically for New York. He got songs that's specifically for the West Coast, Chicago, down south. Game, he's so versatile, man. It's a number of different styles, and I tell people, man, Game is the only person from the West Coast who can you can line him up with anybody from any state, and he'll match their energy. We've never had a Game prior to Game. Like before Game, we never had no one so versatile who could jump on a Jay-Z beat, jump on a Lil Wayne beat, jump on a Kanye beat, and just kill shit. He's one of a kind. He's one of one. And after him, we won't get another him. You know what I mean? We'll get other great artists, but Game, he's in a whole different realm and different field of his own. Um, yeah, like I grew up listening to Game, heard all his mixtapes. He's different. And being from the West, we've always had this stigma of putting out particular music that only people in LA and down to the West Coast could really feel. But Game, motherfuckers in New York love his shit. Niggas down south, you know what I mean? Up north, out of the country, everybody fuck with Game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know no one who's ever said, I don't fuck with Game. Like, you gotta fuck with Game. He lit.
So I had heard Game on Clubhouse. He said his favorite of his albums was The Doctor's Advocate. Where do you
Doctor's
fall?
Advocate,
Yeah, where do you fall on that list of your favorite Game album?
the documentary.
Yeah,
The
I see what he meant.
documentary.
I see what he meant by that with The Doctor's Advocate being, his favorite album, because that's when he was stripped of, Dre and 50, and he did it all on his own. He proved that he could do it on his own. I bought both albums. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? How do you compare like his later albums like LAX, the Red Album, Jesus Piece?
See, when it comes to Game, it all depends on why you fucking with Game. You fucking with Game for some motivation music. You fucking with Game on some lyrical shit. You a lyricist. You into just people being super lyrical. Or you fucking with Game because you a Paul Rule and you want to get your bang on and he put music together. You know what I mean for the Crips and the Bloods. So it really just goes back to what are you getting out of it? Me, I like gangster rap. So any album that you're gonna put out, and it's gonna be some gang banging on there, it's gonna be some bottles clacking, some six folds jumping, it's gonna be some shit like that. That's the ones that's the ones I'm more drawn to. Now, uh, the Tyler the Creator, Game Joint, Goblin, right? I fuck with that too. But my preference, just like with Snoop Dogg, I prefer Snoop Dogg blue carpet treatment. That's the Snoop Dogg that I like. You know what I mean? When you start going into all the other shit, it's still good music, but that's not what it's not gonna be my favorite. My favorite is gonna be gang banging Snoop, crippin' Snoop, you know what I mean? That's the Snoop that I fuck with. So whenever he drops them type of albums, they go crazy. Like certain artists have came into the industry with a certain type of aura and a certain type of energy about them that is hard for us to allow them to grow and progress and to be something greater than what they came in with. Game came in with Dickies and Chuck song. Snoop came in with Dickies and Chucks on. So if that's when I caught you, that's when I'm gonna always associate with you. Now you can grow and do a whole bunch of different shit if you want, but me myself, I always like the original. I'm always gonna go with the original. And this new Game album that's gonna drop, it's giving me the documentary vibes. It's giving me the Jay-Z Black Album vibes. Like, I even had to ask, like, is this his last album? They like, why you say that? I'm like, bro, this shit sound like one of them classics where it's like a finito. Like, all right, man, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been rocking with me. That's how the album sounds. The album sounds like like what are you gonna top with this? You know what I mean?
Yo, yo, Reek, did they explain why the album's actually called Drillmatic? Is it a throwback to Nas and the Chicago scene, or?
See, I'm not gonna speak on the title because there's been two conclusions to why it's called Drillmatic. So I'm gonna leave it right there. But definitely a shout out to Nas. Definitely fucking with Nas. So, you know, a lot of people fuck with Nas heavy as far as influence and as far as just being a lyricist and someone that a lot of people you know what I mean, are in touch with his music. So
So,
hell yeah.
how many rounds? If we get Eminem in the game going back and forth, Eminem actually responds, which Wack said he should respond because M has responded to both MGK and Nick Cannon. Uh, how many rounds do you see this thing going?
Oh man.
Salute Cadillac.
Zero.
One
I
apiece.
one apiece. Boom. Here go a reply, and it just be that. I can't see Eminem fucking with Game, man. Can't see him fucking with Game. I don't know what he would say. I can't see him fucking with Game. And I think Eminem, he's in his own realm of hip hop. For him to line them up as far as some back and forth shit, it wouldn't be a good look on Eminem's behalf. I'll tell you that.
I think maybe we could get some behind the scenes information on when 50 and Dre might have reached out to Eminem like, hey, we need to get you on the documentary. Maybe Eminem could go back into it like that on the track if he does.
I think Eminem is gonna be flattered, if anything. Now, if Eminem is super tight with 50, then I don't know. I don't know. If they super tight, then maybe some other shit. But as far as them just being associates, business partners, I see Eminem taking that L and saluting Game for being able to even, you know what I mean, stir up the courage to come for him. Like fuck it, coming for him.
Reek, I'm going to bring in my co-host. This is SV Twiz from Philly. Twiz, we are joined right now by Wack,
What up?
its co-host, CEO Reek the Sneak.
For sure, Reek, salute, bro. Appreciate you
hey,
tapping in.
G.
Mikey,
already,
what's up,
already.
bro? For sure.
Reek, I really appreciate you tapping in, man. I don't want to hold you up to all night, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to drop some of your social media, anything like that. I mean, unless you want to kick it with us for a second.
Yeah, I'm chilling for a little bit, man. But yeah, man, y'all go follow my Instagram, man. I never had Instagram before, man. My little way into this shit was through Clubhouse. So my Clubhouse, you know what I mean, the follows is there, but I just started the Instagram. So CEO Reek the Sneak on Instagram. Make sure you shoot me a follow, comment. You hate me, go on and tell me you hate me. You love me, go on and tell me appreciate you. I don't give a fuck. You can throw the Franks, whatever the fuck you try to do, man. I ain't tweaking.
Everybody show Reek the Sneak some love, man. We really appreciate you for joining us tonight, man, because news kind of broke today that Wack 100 said Game is coming out with a new diss track he said Eminem better be ready. He had some a word in particular. He said, what did he say here? I got some notes here. He said, this dude is about to set another fire. He said, oh no, we starting a fire. The Black Slim Shady. It's coming. He better be ready. Because this dude done went crazy. Twiz, what's your take on that, man? Wack 100 saying that the game is coming out as the Black Slim Shady, man.
I mean, as far as like hip hop and all that, bro, this is what we love, man. The question is I'm going to participate in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, is I'm going to respond to it. Now, if I'm respond to it, then we could be in for something great, man. That'd be a good joint. Them two going back and forth, you know, just for the love of hip hop, bro.
Yeah, so Wack said, hey boy, if you responded to Machine Gun Kelly and Nick Cannon, you ain't gonna. It is what it is. Now, Reek, what's the difference between Eminem responding to say a Machine Gun Kelly and a Nick Cannon compared to responding to the game, Reek?
Machine Gun Kelly is a nobody when it comes to this shit. It's fucking nobody. Like we don't put him in no top nothing. We don't include him in no conversations. We don't talk about Machine Gun Kelly. Game is the game. You know what I mean? Black Slim Shady. You know, you can only respect that he would even use that slogan. You get what I mean? And salute to Eminem's craft and put himself in that box of creativity. Because when you think of Slim Shady, hi kids, do you like violence? Do you want to see me stick 9-inch nails to hit one of my eyelids? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different type of fucking vibe. So for him to even fathom himself and put himself in that realm lets you know that Eminem, he's in his own lane, he's in his own field, and you know it's got to be nothing but love and respect towards Eminem and the craft. Does Eminem still got it? Y'all think that Eminem won when he went against Machine Gun Kelly? You think his reply was adequate to MGK's video and his shit?
Twiz, you want to take that?
Well, that MGK joint, that joint was nutty to me. You know what I mean? Do had the potential? Yeah, got the potential. He can dig in his bag. We just need the old You know what I mean? It's like the new he changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like his rapping and everything, it changed a lot, bro. But we need that hungry
so who won?
Bro. Man, I don't get it. I don't get a W to either one of them. That joint was a bad joint to me. Like,
I think Eminem. I think Eminem definitely took that. You know what I mean? He even bringing up the fact that Diddy and all of, you know what I mean? Like he at that Diddy line at the end about Tupac. You know what I mean? But I think Machine Gun Kelly did say something really crazy that they wanted Machine Gun Kelly to like do a voice, like a FaceTime conversation and apologize to Eminem over mentioning his daughter in a tweet or some shit like that. That sounded really stuck up to me. Really didn't know whether to believe that shit or not.
All gotta do is dig in his bag, and he is smoke game, bro. Like,
you're saying he's in a smoke game.
Got the potential to smoke game, and a lot of other rappers. He just got to dig in his bag, bro. Like real rap.
Well, Twiz, they're saying that they're saying the game could come out.
I'm could smoke game. I'm more lyrical than game, bro.
In 2022, Eminem was smoke game.
That's the argument. 2022. It depends what bag I'm getting. You know what I mean? ain't really been working like that. You know what I'm saying? We seen the new material from Game.
He don't got it no more. It's gone.
Well, Colossal the Don, he said he won before he even dropped Killshot. M did 90% of his shooting on Not Alike. Well, I think Killshot was exactly that, man. And it really didn't take long to come up with the record either.
Man, Eminem cannot.
He still got it, man. This is going to be a war right here.
Man, Eminem reply to Machine Gun Kelly, that kill shot. MGK, he was Slim Shady in that battle. He embodied the spirit
Um,
of Slim Shady. We got
MGK not
Marshall
even
Mathers' response. That was
MG,
Marshall versus Slim.
MGK is Eminem's son, bro. If it wasn't for it wouldn't be no MGK, bro. MGK was looking up
I
to
agree.
before any of that.
So he killed him with his own shit. He came with the Slim Shady energy, and Eminem came with Marshall Mathers energy. Wait it,
See,
hold it, son. What dude? Got a machine gun, but she never manned one. What? I'm like, nah, man. MGK, he's coming aggressive. I said, oh
yeah,
shit.
but that was
He came with a
interesting, Rick.
different.
The way that he did that rhyme scheme was interesting because we have heard Eminem come on Hail Mary even,
Yeah,
you know.
hell yeah.
But yeah,
True.
Reek, you got to fix your sound, bro. We're getting some static from your
Can you
sound.
hear me now?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
Is
you.
it better?
Yeah, but we're just getting a little static, from the conversation.
Oh, it's
Hold
probably
on.
because I'm outside. It's probably because I'm outside.
Yeah. Sometimes when the Wi-Fi not connected, that joint act crazy.
Um, our guy Tyson Garcia. M would wash Gamal Joe Budden smoked game.
Facts.
Oh. M
M
would
with
wash
Wash game.
game. Joe Budden smoke game. I don't agree with that. I think Game went in on Joe Budden on that record. Buttons, 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 buttons. You remember that shit?
I remember that, John.
The Game is a beast, man. Twiz, I don't think you had heard it, but Wack 100 was saying, get ready because he'll probably be going in on Eminem on one of his own beats, maybe even multiple of his own beats, Twiz.
As he should, but how long was Game preparing for this? Like, ain't ready for this. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, is damn near retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, Game wouldn't have been playing with at the time when they was, you know what I'm saying? Like, mid 2000s and nothing like that. Like, what material have we seen from But still a better rapper than Game, bro.
Right here, Tyson Garcia said, M made MGK go pop, goth, and dressing like a soy boy these days. Hold on. Twiz, I think the static is from your end.
All right, hold up. Let me log out and log back in.
All right.
I'm gonna log right back in.
Definitely appreciate Reek for joining us tonight. If he taps back in, I'll bring him in. Dope, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. We got a live video for you guys. News has broke that we might be seeing probably one of the biggest rap battles in quite some time, you guys. I would have to put this one on a level of a Jay-Z and Nas if we really get this shit. Why? Because we're going to see lyricism out of both artists, continuous lyricism as well, y'all. It ain't going to be really on the 50 Cent and Ja Rule level. You know what I mean? It's not going to be about that. This one is really going to be about who can outwit their opponent on the microphone. That's right, Mikey T, the porno star. Thank you, French Montana, for actually giving me that name. Colossal the Don says it's not happening. Well, Colossal, they say it's already in the engineer's lab, man. They're saying the records are already recorded at this point. Hoffa, man. Hoffa, I don't think Twiz knew about that recording history. Yo, John Shaft 139, salute, salute, salute. Scarflex says MGK versus the Game. Well, one of our guys in the chat had actually mentioned how MGK started releasing pop rock or goth pop rock, whatever you really want to call it. These albums that MGK has been releasing have been the biggest of his career. You know, these albums have sold 3 times the amount of his rap albums. His new rock albums have actually sold about 130 to 140,000 units first week, whereas his first 3 rap albums only sold 50,000 units first week. And then his fourth, which was an EP when he was beefing with Eminem during that time of the Kill Shot record and the Rap Devil record. He had actually only sold 25,000 units for whoever had jumped in and said the game was going to sell 24,000 units. MGK had sold 24,000 units based on, you know, that album. What's Reek smoking? I didn't ask him, man, but it was great to have him tap into the live video, man. When you have somebody like Reek who's like really on the grind and really going up in the industry right now, you know, I got to pick his brain a little bit about sitting with the guys like The Game. Or getting to sit with Gilly, Wallow, Adam 22. Jen, so stupid. Why would you advertise a diss record? Game already lost because his motive is apparent. M, help me sell records. Lame. Huh. Interesting point, Jen. You know, but at this present time, the Game is doing things to promote his upcoming album, Drillmatic. Right now, the Game is doing things to actually generate interest. So why bring up the fact that it's coming now? Because it's a teaser. You know what I mean? Now, next week, in the next 7 to 10 days, because I heard Wack one time say, usually an artist will have about 10 good days. In the next 10 days, 7 days, we just might get this record. I mean, shit, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, we heard the Game actually challenging Eminem. We heard the Game actually challenging Eminem to actually a versus battle, man. One Deep says, I don't want to see them go at it. Both are legends. Guys, I'm going to put it up in the chat. I'm asking you, I'm asking the community, who would win the battle? We got 115 people in here. I appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. Who would win the battle, you guys? I want to know. It's your turn to vote. It's your turn to vote, you guys. Everybody can vote in the chat right now, man. I want everybody to vote. Who is going to win this battle? Very interesting comments made by Wack 100. SV Twiz is going to be back in here in a second. Take Yours Entertainment, major salute. Dre records the record. The record is a wrap. Major fact, man. Major fact. Let's bring in my guy, SV Twiz. Twiz, I appreciate you for tapping in tonight, man. We got another dope podcast to bring to the world.
Definitely. You know how we carry it. You know what I'm saying? Salute everybody in the chat too, man. It's a great topic right here.
Twiz, you did not say that Eminem hasn't released anything in the past few years, right? Yeah, you didn't say that, right?
Yeah, I was saying like he wasn't active as we know him for being active. Like you got this last little bit of joints like Game did with Kanye, and it got people twisted. And salute the CEO Reek, but we know he gonna be biased. We know he gonna rock with Game, but you know what I'm saying. For the true hip hop heads, bro, that's with no biasness connected. We know I'm with Wash Game. I'm with Wash a lot of people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't we know what I'm capable of.
Yeah,
He's a
well,
true lyricist.
I didn't want to cut Reek off on he was keeping it real about MGK as when you left, I was just talking about some of the numbers. You know, Machine Gun Kelly, when he first got started, his first 3 albums, they moved 50,000 units apiece first week. And then his last 2 rock albums, Twiz, have moved over 130 to 140,000 units. He's found a lot more success in the pop rock genre.
True.
About 3 times as much success, Twiz.
Definitely. You know, he found his lane and all that. Yeah,
But
I mean, we
no,
definitely.
Twiz, I just wanted to point out that Eminem had released the Marshall Mathers LP in
Okay.
2013. He released Revival in 2017, Kamikaze in 2018, and then Music to Be Murdered By in 2020. So that's why some of the people in the chat, you know, we got Eminem in the headline. So there's going to be a lot of M people in the chat, you know, that are just, you know, want us to have our facts right and shit like that. So I just wanted to put that out.
Well, yeah, he dropped it, but I mean, as far as it being important to the hip hop culture, we talking 2020.
Yep.
It's a whole different fan base when it comes to hip hop these days. 2020, bro, like people is already listening to people singing and dancing in songs. They not listening for true lyricists. They not listening to what the wordplay is, what's being talked about. They looking for popping beats. They looking for stuff you can dance to. We got the mumble rapping and all that stuff. It changed a lot. But when we talking about lyrics and things like that, nah.
This is what I agree with right here. Hoffa says, I don't know if I agree with the outcome, but I agree with the concept of it. Game lyrically will hold his own. Both rappers will hold their own, and one of the two will lose by a hair because these guys, when these guys go at it, Twiz, I can just tell it's gonna be like one of them last man standing type of joints. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like one of them things where it's like one
Bro,
of them dancing competitions where whoever can dance the longest wins at the end. Both of these guys can rap like it's what they love to
yeah,
do, Twiz.
yeah, but what could they say about each other? If I'm say the right things, bro, like come on, you was under somebody that was signed to me. Your
Okay.
whole career was based off of that.
All right, Twiz. But if Eminem loses vocabulary and starts rapping all that weirdo, dumb, well, this isn't going to be a battle. And this isn't going to be some people rapping 1,000 bars at each other
True.
to the point where Eminem would be rapping about balloons and shit. Because if Eminem starts rapping about some of that quirky shit that we don't really understand, he's going to lose this thing, Twiz.
Yeah, he could, depending on what his vocabulary is, what his content is in the music. But he has what it takes to smoke them at the same time. Like,
If he's
you know
doing
what I
some
mean?
shit, if he's doing some shit where he's like my band, or where if he's doing some of his big weenie shit or some of
Hmm.
his square dancing shit, it's not gonna get the job done, Twiz, in my opinion.
Well, I'm jumping around because he's creative. You know what I mean? Some artists they stick to certain lanes and things like that. He just experiment more with his music. You know what I mean? It worked for him even to come out. If we think of, hi, my name is all that type of stuff. Real reps, real rap flex. You already know. Like at the end of the day, it's like he's more creative than a lot of artists, bro. And I couldn't see, bro. Like, come on, man. We didn't see get on tracks with the greatest rapper that's alive right now. With some of the goats and things like that. Even with him having the feature with, it wasn't a real feature, but you know how they remixed the joint with him and Biggie and all that. Like, he was carrying it. He was carrying it. I
Yeah.
can't see a lot of rappers doing that.
They actually put that on Biggie's official album, after he passed.
Facts,
Um,
facts.
this is a good one right here. One Deep says Game will start name throwing like he always does. I thought One Deep had suggested that Eminem will take Game's name throwing and use it against him in like a part of the song. Another thing I could see, like you're saying, Twiz, and I was saying to CEO Reek, if Eminem does an angle, you know what I mean? If Eminem does an angle where he talks about how Dr. Dre begged him to work with the game, he
Facts,
could even be lying about it because of how much
facts,
Eminem has used Dr. Dre's name in the past. He could lie about it and make it sound like Dr. Dre was crying like a little baby for him to work. Emin Marshall, I need you to work with Game. I ain't trying to ever work with Game, Dre. You know what I mean? Like he could
facts. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
like he
Facts,
could just lie about the whole shit because like Eminem does in his songs. Like one song, he's like, Dre, beer goggles, blind. You know what I mean? He just always has conversations with Dre in his music. And I think he's
facts,
going to use that. He could even be like, yo, Dre, when is the last time you even spoke the game? Game.
facts.
I ain't never even seen Game since 50 put him in his grave. You know what I mean? Anything like
Exactly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He in a position on top of him being a lyricist. Like, he probably
that.
don't though. He probably don't respond.
Um, Gamer Vid says M should not respond. But before I ask you that, Twiz, and before we get into our full podcast, I want everybody to check out Bella K's actual cover of Stan. I'm gonna pin it in the chat right now. Y'all need to look.
Iceberg salute.
That's right. I'm gonna pin it to the chat right now so everybody can check out Bella K. She actually just did a drill remix of Stan. Y'all got to check that shit out, man. Major salute to Bella. Yo, Iceberg, why don't you send Bella the invite link so she could come in real quick and say what's up to the people. I'm gonna send it to your Instagram DM, Iceberg. Or never mind, just copy it here. Tell Bella to come in and say what's up real quick. Oh my God. So on I'm not rich. Colossal the Don says, on I'm not rich and still lying. 50 said in his conversation, this guy changed. Because the fact of the matter is, Eminem and Dr. Dre, 50 Cent and Dr. Dre probably went to Eminem, Twiz, and they said, yo, we need you to jump on the documentary album so it looks like we're all together. We need you on this record right here. It's called We Ain't. We just need to make it look like it's a big union.
Yeah, true. You know what I'm saying? True, but we know, like, definitely with, like, man, he dealt with all through his career, through everything even being lit, like, he dealt with, like, a lot of things, been fighting a lot of demons and all types of situations. I just feel like he proven himself already. Like, it's like talking about somebody like KRS-One or Nas or something. Like, yeah, these young people might not be riding around listening to them today because they don't got features with Kanye or artists that's relevant now, but it don't discredit their craft and how great a lyricist these guys are, man. Real rap, Chase Moolah, you know how we carry it. Much respect.
Hoffa says games got so many slip ups. Marshall's got ammo. Oh, okay. I see what he's saying here. The game has so many different media stories. Even you can just Google the game's name and you'll find at least 5 or 10, a 1,000 different stories to make songs about. Twiz.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, MK 8 Mile game easy as long as he dig in his bag. As long as we get that that original him not taking it lightly and understanding he need to crush a career.
Oh my God, I could just picture it now. Eminem could be like, man, when you broke up with 50, I guess he had a change of heart. Interscope had a change of heart. That's why we sent you to Geffen. That's why we sent you to Geffen. Interscope had a change of heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, Mikey T going to end up ghostwriting for this joint because he didn't already drop some heavy bars.
1 second, you guys. We have a little surprise here. We're gonna bring in Bella K right now. Oh damn, Bella, killing me. You got to turn the music off. Oh God, we're dead, and we lost it. Sorry, guys. Bella will not be joining us tonight. You think that's a wrap on the stream tonight, Twiz?
I don't think it picked up that was it. That was enough to shut it down because it didn't really probably pick up the sound waves. You shut it down in time.
Let me see. It's Bama says Bama says Eminem didn't have an Instagram. He kept up with the mainstream media. Yeah, it's like, what are they going to Twiz, what are they gonna do with Eminem? You know what I mean? Eminem's slip up is he's in a hotel room with like a hot girl. You remember that one video that went out of him?
It's not no slip ups with because anything that had issues with or anything that was going on, put it in his music. No different than, like I said, the 8 Mile stuff. Like, what can you say about somebody that put out their own forks in the road? You know what I mean? He put it in his music, so there's nothing you can really say about that the people don't already know, that he didn't already let the people know. Game can't rap better than bro.
Oh God, Game can't rap. You still on that shit, Twiz?
I'm still on that. I wish Reek was still in here. Reek.
Reek's here.
Look, y'all done made me come back.
Yeah, Reek.
Check this out.
And I know you're gonna be biased, man. You know what I'm saying? West Coast and all of that.
Not biased. Not biased. I'm from the West Coast. Not biased at all, but I'm a West Side nigga for sure.
Salute to the West, man. We love y'all.
We got Bella K. We got Bella K in here.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Sorry, it's a little crazy out here right now.
We're in Manhattan, right, Bella?
Oh my God.
But I'll tell you exactly where Eminem is gonna take his L. All you gotta do is bring up them racist ass lyrics when he dropped the N-bomb. Booyah!
The source tape.
Booyah! Bring up that
Listen,
old shit. Booyah!
Yeah, but Reek, you said this is going to be something that Eminem could respect.
You know what
Hey,
said?
he can respect it if Eminem is receiving this type of energy that we talking about and stirring up, like, oh shit, comparing the two. He can respect it if it don't get where it's so biased for Game and not with him. Because Game, all he got to do is start the song off and play that racist part where he was dropping the N-bomb and then start rapping. And if you rally against Eminem after that, because we talked about it on Clubhouse, me and Benzino and Wack, we was talking about it. And he was like, y'all ain't hear that? And Wack was like, no, I never heard that. And we played it, and it was disgusting.
I ain't hear it. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't hear it, but carry it like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just different, bro. Did a joint where he was like his whole skin is like a birthmark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think said he got a mole, and that's his real complexion or something like that. So I'm
as
just
a
different,
black
man.
As a black man, if you hear a white man say nigger, you're gonna feel some type of way. Whether the craft, whether it be someone.
So he said ER. It was an ER. It wasn't GA.
Emphasis on the Yes, it was nigger, not nigga.
I ain't hear that.
And I land my plane. And I land my motherfucking plane. Stop playing with me, huh? I can dig deep into the files. Don't get me started. I'm trying to get to the studio right now to go turn up. But I can dig through the files, and I can get the iRig and bring my audio through to here, and we could go through some shit. I'm telling you, Eminem don't want that. He's too easy of a target.
If the game starts it out like Reek is saying, is that fatal?
No, it's not fatal. That's not enough to shut down. Because could rebuttal that. Bro.
How do you rebuttal that?
Can't rebuttal.
Never had to
rebuttal that.
I think he actually apologized for it on his 4th album on a song called Yellow Brick Road. But I mean, how do you rebuttal that in a battle rap, man? People are going to be shitting all over him for that, Twiz.
I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't hear it myself, but if that's the case, his fan base would have been done from that. You know what I mean? His black fan base would have been.
A lot of people ain't heard it. A lot of people ain't heard it.
Reek, what I had said is I think Eminem is going to be like Game. Interscope had a change of heart. You know what I mean? I think he's going to hit him with the change of heart shit.
He can hit him with all of that, but nothing overtops you dropping the N-bomb in an industry, in a culture full of black people. You know what I mean? Nothing could top that. Like, we put Adam 22 in the hot seat for a lot of his comments, and he felt the pressure and came to Clubhouse and addressed it.
True.
And, people felt like we didn't go hard enough on him, right? And that's just Adam 22.
But Reek, that's a prime example. Adam 22 rebutted that. He rebutted it. He explained himself. He clarified it. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't clarify really anything. He said that was a long time ago. It's old, and I don't talk like that no more. That was his rebuttal. He had no valid reason for talking about kids and racist jokes. He said that was a long time ago. That shit's old. You can't find anything new in me talking like that. Indeed.
All right. Yo, Reek. Donald in the chat says you rebuttal it by bringing up the Game, saying cracker and honky. Personally, I mean, Little Dirk called me a cracker on camera. He was like the realest cracker. To a certain extent, you don't take as much offense to that as what Eminem did just because he had a bad relationship.
Yeah. You didn't have a whole nation of people calling white people cracker and enslaving them and using that as a word to, you know what I mean, to call a particular nation of people. So it's definitely not the same, and I'm glad that you acknowledge that it's not the same. The history behind the word nigger and the history behind white people and black people here in America, it's a long, drawn-out history, and people are still fighting to this day for shit to be right. You got politicians and people who are still trying to fix things in their areas, in their city, and trying to go through government. So it's not really something that we've even got past. So any use of the word is weird.
Gamer Vid says, imagine someone going back and using what you did at 15 against you. I guess that's in relation to Eminem. I thought that comment was 15 years ago. And that's pretty much what this whole battle is going to be filled with. It's going to be filled with all the past stories from both of these artists, you know? It's going to be filled with the game, first of all, coming to G Unit and Aftermath and not having a buzz and getting put on by the three-headed monster. You know what I mean? It's do you think, Reek, that this has anything to do with the Super Bowl?
Nah. Game said it best. He said, man, I could run the numbers up whenever I want to. I could just turn it on and run the numbers up. He's like, I got it like that. He's like, I be chilling when I'm chilling because I'm allowing everybody else to do their thing. He's like, I can make it all about me. I can say some shit and drop some fucking shit, some little shit just to get everyone streaming my name. He like, you know what I mean? Basically I come out when I want to come out. And being in the studio with Game, watching him write it and go in the booth and put it together, it's crazy. And this ain't even being biased. Imagine growing up watching these figures as a kid and now being in the studio with them while they're building and playing their shit and wanting your opinion. You know what I mean? That's why I say it ain't biased. It's really just like shit. If you put me in a studio with Jay-Z, it's gonna be crazy. I grew up watching Jay-Z. You know what I mean? It's just these are just I'm 33 years old. So 2001, 2002, 2003, them is my middle school and high school years. So anybody from that era, I'm gonna always cleave to because I have a stronger rapport with them. I don't listen to Young Boy like that. That don't mean that he ain't good, but I just don't have a rapport with him to go and you know what I mean and check everything out.
I agree, bro.
Yeah, that's why I found it kind of odd when the Game said, like back in the day, the Game would always say like that Eminem was better than him, you know, like, and I found it a little bit odd because like the stuff that Eminem was rapping about on the Slim Shady LP and the Marshall Mathers LP, you know, the Eminem show, even that material is so much different than what we got on the documentary and the Doctor's Advocate and LAX. You know what I mean? I was a big Dreams guy, Reek. You had to love the song Big Dreams, what you were talking about earlier. But yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, Twiz, I really just don't think that Eminem's older material is, you know what I mean? I don't understand why the Game respects Eminem's older material where he's really rapping about like his family problems and shit like that.
Because there was truth. The average rapper just try to rap about what's hot. Was rapping his truth, you know, with his truth, his true life experiences. He was lyrical at the same time with doing that. You
Yeah,
know
you're
what
right.
I mean?
You're right. And I guess that's really what anybody wants from an artist, Twiz. They want an artist to rap about their truths.
Facts. He was comfortable in his own skin. He was rapping about things that the average man wouldn't feel comfortable talking about. You know what I mean? We all know everybody got problems, and especially when you coming from like the trenches or things you think, you know, just because a person is a certain skin color or things of that nature, you think that their life is good and all, you know, peaches and cream when it's a lot more to the story. You know what I mean? So he changed the narrative as far as, you know, it wasn't really no rapper like him that did it like that. You know, I'm talking about like at the end of the day, he opened up eyes and really spoke on things that was his truth, even like talking about his mom and all that stuff, bro. Like it was deep. If you really sit and listen to it, it
There was
make you understand.
there was never another rapper who really did it like that, Twiz.
Not before him.
That's what originality is about, man. That's why people make it into the game based on originality. That's why people stay in the game.
And it's like being a, you know what I'm saying, when you rapping and you black and things of that, the struggles and everything, they mostly be similar. You know, hustling, your mom might have been on this, you might have had to grow up selling this and things of that nature. But for him to come out how he did and rapped about what he did, you know, nobody has done that before him. You know what I mean?
Wow, people are going off in the chat. If you're going off in the chat, you guys can vote right now in the poll. Who would win the battle? Eminem or the Game? Now, Twiz, I got to ask you before we get into everything, man. Um,
Mhm.
was Wack 100 was the game? Were they watching my interview with Royce the 5'9" when Royce said that Cassidy would have a better chance of actually getting Eminem to respond on a diss track than doing a battle rap with him? The game would have a better chance getting Eminem to respond on a diss track than to do a versus battle with him.
That's possible. It was either that or once again, you know what I mean? You spoke about something before it happening. You know what I'm saying? I witnessed you do it at least two, three times. You know what I mean? And even with speaking on game as being the topic, you mentioned exactly what's going on with the game right now. You spoke on it before the Drink Champs interview and all of that stuff. So it's just crazy. Like either you spoke about it before it happened or they tuned in, bro.
Well, I mean, Whack 100 is obviously, gonna get the buzz up for this Drillmatic album. I got to imagine if when is the buzz biggest for this twist? Is it biggest when the game drops the initial diss, or is it the biggest when Eminem responds, or is it the biggest at the moment when the game has to respond to Eminem's response?
It's the biggest when Eminem respond.
When Eminem
It's the
responds, it's through the roof.
when Eminem respond, it's through the roof. Now it's on. We know the game is going to be ready to respond again, and this is what he want. You know what I mean? I would love to see that happening, and I would love to see at least 6 to 10 diss tracks from each MC, each rapper.
Oh,
Um,
you're saying this is going to go multiple rounds?
it needs to because when the last time did Mikey like, bro? When is the last time we had a true back and forth without somebody interrupting, without somebody saying, "Oh, you're too personal," or you said like, "We need that." Like, we need that because that's game and
AZ and Nas, you know what I mean? Because
exactly,
say 50 and
exactly,
Ja, everybody got involved. You know what I mean? 50 and Ja,
exactly.
M and D12 and Busta Rhymes and everybody that helped Ja from, Fatal Hussein, rest in peace.
I can't stand that. I don't like when rappers or other people get in. This is now it's a difference with nowadays how because we know what's going on with music now, like with the drill rappers and how serious things get. Before a peaceful battle, hip hop needs that, bro. Like hip hop needs that. That's what we lack. We lack two great rappers going back and forth and keeping it on wax, and they can laugh about it later. You know what I mean? We need that.
Twiz, in the poll right now, in the poll, it's actually a landslide. When I say it's a landslide, Twiz, you probably already know who's leading.
Yeah, I'm definitely leading.
Eminem is leading at 80% to 20%, and we have 82 votes to
Facts,
it.
facts,
That is a landslide.
facts, facts. These is true hip hop heads in the chat, man. It's no biasness or nothing like that. You know, it is what it is. Like,
Wow. So let's get into this a little bit here, Twiz. So Wack said this dude is about to set another fire. He's about to set another fire, man. Wack was asked the conventional question of which direction is the game going to go on his new album? Is he going to go to the ladies? Is he going to go to the street? Now, right after hearing Wack say this dude is about to set another fire, I mean, as an interviewer or as, you know what I mean, a blogger, I don't think you would go to, oh, are you going to do a track for the ladies? You going to do a track
yeah,
for the
it's for the
streets?
streets.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
he
obvious, right?
yeah, like yeah, at the end of the day, it's like and I'm pretty sure, Wack is happy because like, him managing game and it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's time to come back all the way, you know what I'm saying? And especially after like the interview and everything. But yeah, it would be great for game to come back, just period. You know, we need that energy. If you're gonna bomb on you might as well try to bomb on 50 too. I wouldn't be surprised if you got something about 50.
Oh,
You
we'll
know
get
what I
into it.
mean?
So
Okay,
Wax said, "Oh nah," because he was asked, "Are you going to do a record for the ladies or a record for the street?" I mean, when somebody says that the game is going to set shit on fire, I mean, this is the guy that released 300 bars. You know what I mean?
true,
This is the guy that turned his back on G Unit. When
True.
somebody says that he's about to light the industry on fire, I'm not like, oh shit. Is he dropping a new single with Omarion? Like, come on, man.
Exactly.
That's why Clubhouse to me is another level of shit. Like, you can just get questions from literally anybody on Clubhouse. But
True.
Wack said, oh no, we starting a fire. The Black Slim Shady. It's coming. He better be ready because this dude done went crazy. And that term, actually, that's a term that I do believe I remember hearing the game say back in the day when he just was paying respect to Eminem or Slim Shady by calling himself the Black Slim Shady. He was sort of comparing his rhyme scheme a little bit or his repertoire, his lyrical repertoire, but also the game had a bit of a messed up childhood himself too, Twiz, if you don't remember.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it goes a little bit deeper for the people who are really fans who really know a little bit about the game's life.
Yeah, definitely. You know, coming from where you come from and all of that, nobody discrediting that. But once again, you got somebody like where he can do laps around that. You know what I mean? Because where he come from wasn't easy either.
Hopefully
you know
not.
What I mean?
Hopefully they leave the family life out of it. But with how public Eminem has been about his family life, I don't know. I don't know if he leaves it out. You know what I mean? Even MGK said in his diss song that he was going to go, hook up with Eminem's ex. You know what I mean? Which I just thought that was kind of disrespectful because MGK is known for getting the bitches, Twiz.
Yeah, but that's son, man. Like I said earlier, man.
Oh, it's son.
Is more humble. Is not no guy that sit around and brag about that. You can't tell me GK, you know what I'm saying, had more women than you know what I'm saying? Like, or at least had more access to women than Like, come on now, like GK was never even mentioned. I don't know if C or Reek said that earlier, but like I know MGK was never mentioned in no top or nothing.
No, he
to
did
this day.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, to this day, is still debatable. Where some people try to argue for certain reasons, but come on, man. Like put work in a short period of time too. Like and also he got an unorthodox style of rapping. You know what I mean? He's just not like he don't rap how people would probably have wanted him to rap, and that's what make it even better. You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm gonna just say, Twiz, the game, just like Eminem can rap nonstop, the game can rap nonstop too, man. I've watched him do it. He
not
lives.
hot.
He
He
lives
not
to
hotter.
do it, Twiz.
He not hotter than no.
Some of his lyrics they resonate with me more. Some of his lyrics resonate with certain people more than Eminem's.
Game
passion in his voice too.
Game at the end of the day, like Game come from the trenches. Yeah, his stuff might resonate more in certain situations, but at the end of the day, it's like he can't rap better than to me. Like he can't. It was nothing that Game rap that was more impressive than what I heard from If that makes sense, if I could break that down, like the Game didn't impress me. Like when we talking about Game we talking about Game. We gotta compare Game. So you mean to tell me you think Game will walk Jay-Z down on the track? If Game and Jay-Z was on the track, would it even be debatable?
Bro,
Game
has been dissing Jay-Z since his first album. He said, I don't do button-up shirts and drive Maybachs.
Yeah, but he ain't nowhere near Game. He's at Jay-Z ankles, bro. Like he can't rap nowhere near better than Jay-Z. Like Game can't even rap better than 50, and 50 can't rap better than
Hold on one second, Twiz. Not to cut you off, man. Did you like 300 shots by G Unit? I really wasn't big on it because they were not really taking enough of direct shots.
Yeah, I mean it's alright.
Gamer Vid says Game dismantled G Unit. No one in G Unit is a rapper aside from Banks, and Banks is boring. No one in G Unit is a rapper besides Banks. I mean, at that time, when the game was going at G Unit. Mobb Deep was in G Unit, MOP was in G Unit. Young Buck was a successful selling artist in G Unit. They were trying to bring over Mace. So they had a lot of rap.
True.
Not everybody was like Tony Yayo and Olivia, bro.
True.
Let me see. All right. So right here. So Twiz, right after Wack 100 said it's coming, he better be ready because this dude done went crazy. The guy in the clubhouse was like, elaborate. You talking about bars? I just don't think the guy knew what the hell Wack 100 is giving you a filet mignon with a lobster tail right here. He is giving you the ultimate blog, Twiz, where he's telling you it's like he came on the Hood Blogger, your channel, and he's telling you the game is about to diss Eminem, and you're like, so is it gonna feature Mariah Carey? You know, it's like you kind of gotta understand where somebody's going. You know what I mean? To really carry a conversation.
Well, he probably was trying to get him to get into more detail. You know, it was just probably trying to be strategic. Like, since you bringing it up, let's talk more about it. But at the end of the day, Wack was just advertising it before it dropped.
Right,
You know what I mean?
Some people in the chat were like, why say it now? Because it's like a teaser, right, Twiz? Now we're going to be talking about it for the next 7 days, and then it's going to drop.
Fact, so when it dropped, people gonna be like, "Oh, it's out, it's out, it's out." It's like anticipated already. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, but once again, if it's a one-sided battle, it's not even going. You know, it only way I'm going to respond is if game get disrespectful enough on it. You know what I mean? And got all the tools he need to crush him. Could bring 50 in on the track, anything. Like, he can do so many, you know what I'm saying? He could do so many joints. 50 don't even gotta be rapping.
I don't know, Twiz. M and 50's last record really with the Adam Levine wasn't all that great.
Yeah, but 50 is great at disrespecting people.
You think they'll do it over an original beat, or do you think they'll get Hail Mary on it, like when they came together and like totally destroyed Ja Rule with Busta Rhymes?
It's a 50-50. It might be original beat. You know what I'm saying? It might be one of game beats. It might be
because if the game uses one of or several of Eminem's beats, is that going to really, do you think that's going to push Eminem to want to use some of the game's beats? Maybe even do the same thing that the game did to him by using several different beats?
He could. It's possible. And that's the beauty of the art of hip hop. You know, it could go any way. You know, I'm talking about, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he bring out a Biggie beat, if he bring out a Pop beat, anything. It can go any type of angle. You know what I mean?
So Wack said, "Hey boy, if you responded to Machine Gun Kelly and to Nick Cannon, you ain't gonna. It is what it is." So Twiz, like I was asking you a little bit earlier, what's the difference between Eminem responding to MGK, who he had dissed a little bit on his own on another song, just a line or so, and Nick Cannon, whom he was dissing over, I guess, the alleged fact that he was with Mariah Carey at one point. These are seemingly personal beefs to Eminem. You know, the one guy, Machine Gun Kelly, tweeting about his daughter, Nick Cannon dating his girlfriend. So what would it be that really, pushed it? What's the difference here? Why would he respond to the game when it's not really all that personal? They dropped him from the label. That's not M's problem.
Well, that's what make it even bigger, is that they did business together, and it's like, I mean, bro, it's like you was under a guy that was signed to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's so many angles that he can do, and if he say the right things, he can make the game look foolish. He know about the game as far as the game coming into the game. You know what I mean? He knows about that. He knows behind the scene things, and before Wack was even managing game, things of that nature. You know what I mean? So if he say the right things, he could destroy the game, bro.
Yep. But in all honesty, like when we think about things like, because of the fact that Game and Wack 100 are putting it out there that something is coming, now Eminem can start to write things down. That is what they want, Twiz. That's what they
Yeah,
want. Like you said,
but
man, if Eminem has a diss, it's gonna bring people back to go stream the game's original diss. Thus,
exactly. So as far as if it comes to the attention, and I'm even paying attention to it because he in a different world now. He not sitting around looking on social media or listening to Clubhouse. Like, you know what I mean? Like these guys are come from a different era. But if somehow, some way, it does come across his ears, yeah, he can have 35% of his diss track already ready, and the rest of the percentage, the other 65%, it would come off of what he hears from Game diss track. He can rebuttal that. You know what I mean? Definitely at the end of the day, Game don't have enough ammo to me to play with him, bro. Like he don't.
unless there's
I'm
something
sorry.
behind the scenes we don't really know about, unless there's things behind the scenes that we don't know about that he exposes on this track, Twiz, that
I
could be
doubt
the
it.
hidden thing. You know, shit, Machine Gun Kelly tried to say that Eminem wanted him to do a FaceTime video call and apologize. You know what I mean? That kind of sounds a little bit that sounds a little girly to me. You know what I mean? That sounds or maybe it's just appropriate, but it sounds you know what I mean? So who knows what's going on behind the scenes, man? Maybe the game is going to expose it all in this song, but why wouldn't he have just done that years ago?
Because Game trying to have his buzz back rolling. The interviews and the attention that he getting now, he like, you know what? I ain't doing nothing but getting older. Let me get this while it's rolling. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's understandable. He's still an artist at the end of the day. And time is ticking. You know, another 5, 10 years, people was 50 and things of that nature. So it's like, you know what I mean? You know, now is the time before it's too late while you got this attention.
So Wack had said that dude M is a disrespectful guy. He disrespects his own mama. He disrespects himself. He talks about his baby mama. F my baby mama, my own mama. You know, someone actually popped in and allegedly there, and it's like that's not alleged. That's all in Eminem's music throughout his life. You know, him dissing and talking stuff about his family members, not or telling the truth of how he feels about it. But Twiz, what's your take on where Eminem would take it? Since you spoke on it a little bit, where do you think Eminem takes it, man? With that, the first 35% of what he has in his mind of what he would want to say about the game. Where do you think it goes? Does it go
Um,
how they dropped him from G Unit, how he was a Dr. Dre lackey, how he was really
yeah,
just sidekick? Is that what this beef is going to be made up of?
yeah. I remember when you came to the label with a six X white tee and some khakis on and chucks. You know, we got you your first chains. We got, you know what I mean, we got you your first Lex. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's plenty of angles that he can do. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like when you met me, you was about to kiss my ring. You know what I mean? Like he can. It's just like with Kiss and Beans and all of that. Like when Kiss was like, "You just a worker and your boss is my man." Like you know what I mean? Like it's just different angles that certain people can do. You know what I mean? Like I said, it would have made more sense for him trying to bomb on 50, but it also shows you the respect deep down inside that Game got for lyrics. Because if wasn't that, why would Game even be wasting his time? Why would he? Why would this even be such a big thing?
Right. That's a big question. You know what I mean? So I want to ask, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask the chat as well. Do you think this has anything to do with the Super Bowl? Do you think it has anything to do with the halftime show from the Super Bowl? Or do you think it's more so Eminem not responding to his versus challenge on Drink Champs?
I think it's from the interview on Drink Champs. Not that didn't respond, but it kind of stirred up in his head. It's like you ever have a homie or something, or he be talking about somebody. He's like, man, in fact, you know what? I'm about to go at him. Like I just feel like it was that type of energy where he had, and also the other energy is it was a rapper a while ago that you had on the panel, a Philly rapper, and you know what I mean he was talking about like Cassidy. It was actually Kaboom, like, and he was speaking on Cass, how Cass was like, people looked up to him and saluted him, but he was willing to step in the ring with him. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's like homage where you spoke on the game talking about how he felt M was better than him, and he's like, no, matter of fact, bro, I will trash It's just the competitiveness, you know what I'm saying? And it's still homage at the end of the day, no matter how you want to break it down. Because out of all the rappers in the world, why would the game want to come at ain't never say nothing about game. The Super Bowl ain't have nothing to do with Like wasn't like you can't have a game on here or black. Like if that's the case, he should be going at Dre. And
So we
50 was on
know.
there too.
So we know. I mean, shit, something could come out in the song. Hey, Eminem made sure his security didn't let me get through at the back of the Super Bowl. We could hear that in the song, Twiz, and you know what I mean? We could hear the game really reveal some details that we don't know, shit we're not privy to, bro.
I wouldn't believe that. You can't say is stopping the game from coming to something when you got Dre and 50 there. You think is worried about game more than Dre and 50?
Yeah. Okay. I buy it, man. You know what I mean? Eminem's not worried about the game. He has other shit
Why
to
would he?
worry about. Let me see. Cadillac says it's definitely from the Super Bowl. Why? Directly after that on Drink Champs, he said Kanye did more for him than Dre, when before that he praises Dre like a father figure. Yeah,
But
a lot of people are thinking this is directly in response to him being upset about the Super Bowl. A lot of people are going to think that.
But with being upset about the Super Bowl, my whole thing is the two targets that he should have would be Dre and 50.
Right.
We're talking about don't got nothing to do with the I'm not from West Coast. Dre from West Coast. Game came with Dre. He was rapping with 50, which 50 is from New York, and we know how 50 and Game relationship played out.
Well,
Is from Detroit.
let's be honest, man. The game released so many diss songs on 50 Cent, and 50 barely responded, you know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that might be barking up the wrong tree. You know what I mean? He might be barking up
Exactly.
the wrong tree going back at 50. Maybe we can actually get a response. You know what I mean? A real hip hop response, not a not rich and still lying bullshit ass diss track twist,
True.
but a real hip hop battle track, man. Something along the lines of some hit 'em up shit. You know what I mean?
True.
It's Bama says he was mad he didn't get to play with them all at the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's more than that. It's more than when some guys get upset that they don't get invited on the stage, because Twiz, that's the whole world. Like if the whole world
But
knows, you know what I mean? If the whole world knows that Mikey T and Twiz are a team, and then I go up and do the super halftime show without Twiz, then it's like, okay, so you like this part of the world knows that we're together, Mikey T, that we're rocking together, but you just went in front of the whole entire world and you presented it like we don't rock together. That's
but
kind of how it is to me.
but this is the question that I got, and this is for everybody in the chat, all the game fans, everybody that tuned into the Super Bowl. Do y'all think that the game had more of a right to be in the Super Bowl than Cube? Ice Cube, we talking about a true West Coast legend.
Some good. That's some real shit right there, man. So it's a real question you just posed right there, Twiz. Royalty Poetry says no.
Exactly. But we don't see Ice Cube sitting around complaining about it. Ice
Now,
Cube is a
oh, sorry, Twiz.
No, I was just saying Ice Cube is a true West Coast legend as well as Dre. You know what I mean? Exactly. Original NWA. These is the guys that put West Coast on the map when we talk about hip hop. These is the guys that had East Coast listening to West Coast and loving that Cali style of music. This is before Pac, before all of these guys.
Yeah.
Cube is one of the forefathers of this. You know what I'm talking about? So if Cube wasn't on there, why would Game be sitting around acting like he been putting hits out for the West Coast since the 80s? You know it. You know that's just how it happens, bro. It happens. It's just business.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't really see the whole how we do. I guess he would have done how we do right after 50 Cent finished performing in the club. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But then the people at the show would have been like, "Game, no, we already had 50 perform. What else do you got
exactly.
for us?"
And plus, they would have had to have been him and 50 would have had to been mutual. Like they got tension still in between them. So if anybody stopped anybody, it was between 50 and Dre that didn't want the game to come.
Um, So Wack has continued. He said, if he don't mind doing that to himself, there ain't no limits to where he is going to go. You're missing the whole point. When you get into that arena, there ain't no boundaries.
Hmm.
So this isn't like a versus boundaries, Twiz. You know what I mean? This is in the battle type of arena, not necessarily a battle, you know, where Eminem is really known for coming into the game. So Wack made a great point. He said,
Hmm.
this ain't a battle. This is in the lab. You've got two crafty, two rapping ass dudes, two creative. He better be ready. He better get to whipping it up. Because one thing about Game, he is ready. He has already got a response. The
Yeah,
first one, the first one is going to F the world up. So Twiz, he's already got a response. Like,
real rap.
what do you make of him? You know, like he's got the initial record, the diss, but he's already got a response. How does that work?
The game, like I know he gonna say this about me, so I'm gonna say this back. Like, I know he gonna rebuttal this, so this gonna be my rebuttal back. Wack doing what he's supposed to do. We can't forget that he managing game. If game bringing the streams and the money, then Wack pockets is getting fatter. So Wack is the hype man in this situation. Just drop the diss track now, because you know I'm standing up in my seat now.
Well, I mean, if you remember when Wack was talking about Bobby releasing a record, he said Bobby had to release it within 10 days. So I think we're going to get
Hmm.
this possibly within the next 7 to 14 days, depending on if they decide to put out Drillmatic.
Absolutely.
Do they put out the album with the diss track, like just to, capitalize on the streams? I don't really know if that's how it works. I think they'll still tally the streams even if they release the
Yeah.
album in a month or so.
Yes, it's science to it. I don't know how it might work. They might drop the album, then they might drop the diss track. They might drop the diss track, then might drop the album. But I know like Wack been speaking highly about all of it, so including the album and features that the game, got on the album. So
Just threw me off a little bit when he said that the man already had a diss track and the response track. You know what I mean? Not to take any shot at Meek Mill or anything like that. I got a lot of love for Meek. I do
uh-huh.
apologize to Meek that one time I told him to his face that French Montana was better than him.
You
My
out
bad
of
about
pocket.
that. Twiz, Meek kept on saying, who is better than me on the East Coast? French was the hottest shit. It was 2013. I was like, French Montana, Meek. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, let me see. Where was I going with that? But anyways, so 50 was brought up. Sorry, I forgot where I was going with that. But my bad to Meek for telling him that French was better than him that one. French is my dog too. French is my dog too, but Meek is one of the best rappers to ever live. That's just how I feel. Meek is one of the
Yeah,
best.
Meek. Yeah, Meek definitely nice. Yeah, man.
Yep. So Wack, so you know how 50 had to get brought up. I didn't want you to go too far, Twiz, but 50
Hmm.
Cent got brought up. It was said this is gonna get 50 back involved, poking at Eminem. Do you think because like I was saying a little bit earlier, Twiz, 50 responding isn't really, something that we've seen over the years. But if
Yeah,
him pokes at M, is it going to provoke a response out of Fifth?
50 probably don't. 50 being in the shoes that he in now, he probably realize it'll probably be better just playing him on Instagram, making a fool out of him, doing the memes and all of that. That's 50 shot right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, real rap, like he should definitely do that. I would like to see them in a celebrity boxing match though. I hear a lot of people talking about celebrity boxing matches. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see 50 and Game get in the ring because they got such a crazy history.
Yeah, 50 in Game in the ring. I think that'll be our next poll question, actually. Because the Eminem won against the Game 81%, bro. He beat. I'm gonna put up this next chat and make sure y'all go check out Bella K's new music video for Stan. She did a remix to Stan. Go check that shit out. What's going on, Bones? Appreciate you for tapping.
Salute, Bones. Respect, bro. You know how we carry it. Shout out to the whole chat too, man. Y'all know what it is.
And the new poll is up. Everybody vote in the new poll right now. So 50 had to get brought into this thing, man. Wack said 50 is gonna sit his old ass down. He don't want no problems with Game. So, and first of all, let's just address that first part. Fifth is gonna sit his old ass down. Is 50 really all that much older than anybody else involved in this situation, Twiz?
He ain't that much older than Game. I know that.
Like, so
He
does
can't be.
why is he using old in the equation here?
Who knows? That's just the angle right there, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Why self destruct?
So 50 is gonna sit his old ass down. He don't want no problems with Game. And if 50 jump on M's song, they automatically lost. Automatically. Automatically, man. He says you couldn't handle a fade. What's happening? So Wack 100 saying if 50 jumps on the record with Eminem, they automatically lost on a type of vibe of you can't handle this on your own. You can't handle a fade on your own.
That's not true because when Nas bombed on Jay Z had the whole state property involved in it. And ain't nobody look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as it's hot and it makes sense, and long as 50 is crushing him on there, it's no different than a rap battle. You get on the stage with URL, and these two guys is battling, and they bring somebody else in to say a certain line. If the art and everything makes sense, then that would be that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say like, let's say 50 could just drop like 3-4 bars or something. You know what I mean? And that's just how it could get carried. Salute Nicole. Salute. Much respect. So if,
So
if it makes sense, it don't mean he automatically lost.
why wouldn't Whack 100 want 50 Cent to get involved with this? I mean, if 50 jumps on
Because
it, that means more streams. If they get more streams, that means more money made for Drillmatic, Twiz.
real rap. And it also puts Game in a better position because he can bomb on both of them. He can bomb on both of them. So, that's just how you know what I'm saying? Like it's a art at the end of the day. Who else could get 50 to respond besides like Rick Ross? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what the streets will love at, man. Hip hop heads will love that.
Yeah, I honestly think, I guess my prediction on 50 Cent getting involved would have to be I think 50 Cent will laugh about this with Eminem. I think he will say, "Oh, you've got to handle him. Now you know what that problem is, M." He might even say, "M, you see, this is why you should have handled that problem so many years ago and just dissed me with him back then. Now look what it is. Now he's all over the internet. Now it's the age of podcast. The Game could go on a thousand different podcasts and tell his Eminem story over and over and over again, or just tell any little detail he wants. It's the age of the internet, man. Everybody's talking and everybody's listening, unless you were extinguished years ago."
True. That's a fact. Respect, Jay. You know how we carry it. Much respect, Jay. You know what I'm saying? But it can go both ways, man. I feel like I said, I don't think that Game got more ammo on than can use on Game, bro. I'm sorry.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
ammo is a good word right there. So Wack said this. Wack said, put it like this. When he gets on your own shit, you better be ready to respond. What do you make of that statement right there? To me, it says he's jumping on Lose Yourself. To me, it says he's jumping on the real Slim Shady. To me, it says he's jumping on The Way I Am, Twiz.
He could jump on. He probably jump on. I'm a soldier. You know what I'm saying? He probably jump on. I'm a soldier. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like I'm still can rebuttal that. Can. You know what I mean? And probably don't rebuttal it on Game Beats because I'm sorry, like Game Beats not for everybody. You know, Game got a lot of West Coast vibe stuff. You know what I mean? Can go different angles. Can probably pull out, hit him up on it. Could pull out Who Shot You from Biggie and crush him on that joint. Like,
I just don't know if Eminem's going to take that route that the Game took, man. You know, the Game is that dude who has always switched the beats in the middle. Wack went on and said, "How many of them?" He said, "You better." He said, "When he get you on your own shit, you better be ready to respond." How many of them? He will change production on you 2 to 3 times, man. You know, Game is known, as I said, for switching up the joints. He could
yeah,
literally do a whole thing from the start of Eminem's career, from My Name Is to The Real Slim Shady to Without Me to Lose Yourself to When I'm Gone. You know what I'm saying?
it's 100 years later, bro. Game been writing this diss track probably for the last 3 months. You know what I mean? Like his first John is probably gonna be fire. Look at his preparation for it. It ain't like now. Let's say if I'm bombed on Game out the clear blue. How sharp do you think Game response would be with him having to respond in a time limit? You know what I'm talking about? Like for Wack to be announcing this like this. This is after the Drink Champs interview, after Game making the statements that he had. This hip hop stuff is strategic, man. You know, he could have been writing this stuff since October, for all anybody know. Like, just piecing it up. So, his first one probably gonna be his best one when it come to Game.
Thank you, Cadillac. Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. If you're not
Definitely.
subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. You can also follow the both of us on social media. My Instagram as well as Twiz's Instagram is in the description. So Twiz, Wack was asked, why are they beefing? Someone asked that to Wack, and he said, if you ain't been keeping up with what's been going on, like I mean, I'm pretty up to date on everything, Twiz, and I don't understand why they're beefing.
Ain't nobody beefing. Game is upset how his career played out. He see 50 with Power and BMF, and he like, oh, you brought Eminem on the show too. They got his white boy Rick on BMF,
Yep.
and we know a few months ago the Game made a statement where he was like, man, if I was still with 50, we could be billionaires. So all around that time when he said that, stuff was building up. You know what I mean? Stuff was building up inside the Game at the end of the day, bro. So it's like Game to 50 and G Unit and all of them, like it's just like J Hood to the Locks. It's like you was with them,
Whoa, whoa,
things ain't work out,
whoa.
and now
J
you
Hood,
got a
my
burden on
boy
your
and all.
shoulder.
J Hood is my dog. You know what I mean? I'd love to have J Hood back on the channel, but
No,
whoa.
J Hood is fire, but I'm just talking about as far as him being with the group and then the group don't work out and then you go against the group. Game and J Hood did the same thing basically if you look at it. Not you know what I'm saying, not to take nothing away from Hood, not to take nothing away from Game, but it is what it is. That's just how it was. It was like, even though Hood is at a different state now, where it's like he don't got really no grudge against them, but it's the same type of situation where
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the game's grudge will never die.
facts, facts.
All Pro 206 says Game was just mad that 50 didn't react when he was trying to promote his album. What do you mean, bro? React to what? Which incident in particular were you talking about? Yeah, let's get back into it here. Twiz. So Eminem had appeared on the Game's first album. Do you remember the name of that song off the top of your head, Twiz?
No, I don't remember the name off top.
The name of the song was actually called We Ain't.
Okay.
Yep, it was a pretty dope song. So that he was on the Game's first album. What did that do for the Game? You know what I mean? Eminem jumping on his first album. You know what I'm saying?
It's the cosign. It's no different than, I'm being behind 50. This was at a very time. This was at a very important time of career and also Game career. You know what I mean? To get a feature from it was big back then, bro. Like wasn't featuring on everybody's song. Like
M didn't even
was
work. M didn't even work with Lil Wayne at that point back then.
that's what I'm talking about. Like was on fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like people was really spinning in the hood. You know what I'm saying, in the trenches and things of that nature, bro. Like,
Well, M
so
worked with Jadakiss. I mean, how do you compare
yeah.
the two features, Twiz? Was one
Um
because was one of the features because one of the guys is naturally talented, and is the other one because the guy's a part of your label?
yeah, like Kiss is, when you mention Kiss, when you talk Kiss, you talking Big. You talking somebody that was able to rap side with Big and was lit. We know Big is one of them idols. You know what I mean? We just see that from period. You know what I mean? Like so Kiss is someone that looked up to. Game is somebody that was under you know what I mean? Like you helping out a label mate, somebody under your funnel. You know what I mean? We can't say that ever looked up to Game. It's impossible. You know what I mean? If anything, the shoe was on the other foot. And not to discredit Game, but it's just the timing of when these artists came out. Game came out after so and under so it's no way in hell that he got on the future with Game just because I really like this guy music.
Oh shit, C Spade, good point. Yep, Jada was on M's list until I collapse.
Facts.
Yeah, Iceberg was just talking about how J Hood dragged the jewelry, the
Exactly.
D black jewelry on the cement. Was that
Exactly.
was that disrespect on a whole nother level in your opinion,
It
Twiz?
was disrespect on a whole nother level. It was disrespect on a whole nother level. Very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful.
So oddly enough, in this clubhouse, somebody had said Game would be dope on Power. Wack said Game will not. It
I
will never happen.
Yeah, I think Game would be dope on Power. I think Game has what it takes to be a great actor with the right producing, the right, but it won't happen, unfortunately. Um, it's a few people that would be dope on Power. The storylines be crazy, bro. Like how it's just great to see like a certain rapper appear in the joint.
Now, Twiz, a lot of people ask to be on BMF, Power, whichever
Uh-huh.
series of Power. But some people say, yo, 50 just doesn't put anybody under the show. 50 wants to make sure that
Uh-huh.
they have a career, that they take acting serious.
True.
Now the Game has had a past in films, you know what I mean?
True.
So do you think that really wouldn't be what held 50 back from working with Game in a movie type role, but more so they're just personal disagreements?
Personal disagreements and egos. Him having Game on there is like him having Rick Ross on there. 50 is a petty guy. once you on 50 bad side, you stay there. I don't know really. I can't really count on my hands on how many people that 50 announced the issue with publicly and ended up, patching that relationship up, let alone doing business with.
2 or 3, but business not so much. I mean, he
Definitely.
patched up with Jada, Styles, Fat Joe,
Yeah.
Nas, and he actually worked with Styles on his Animal Ambition album.
Jaden Styles was a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
50
a misunderstanding that cost him his whole relationship with the game, though, bro.
true and 50. I mean, also looked up to Kiss and Styles before he was a rapper. Like Kiss
Before
and
he was a big
Styles.
rapper.
Yeah, yeah, big rapper. Even when before he was doing this mixtape stuff, like
Probably, yeah.
you know what I mean. These guys was like I said, they was relevant. Like they was rapping with Biggie, they 90s and stuff like that. So, but Fat Joe, yeah, they patched it up. But like you said, business patching it up and because the beef with like Fat Joe wasn't even never that serious. Um, Game more personal. Business was involved, and the
Felt
business went
betrayed.
left. Facts, facts. Felt betrayed. You know what I mean? So it's a lot different. I could never see that patching up.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you on that. So let's see. So Wack said that game will never appear on Power. I'm not the biggest watcher of Power. Do you watch Power, Twiz?
Yeah, absolutely. Now the latest one that was out is the Power Book Force with the Tommy edition. That's the last one that's been rolling these past few weeks.
So
I
let
think
me
that season just ended.
just ask you, Twiz.
Hmm.
If there weren't these big ass problems with the game and 50 Cent, could they
Hmm.
just slip the game into that show and you wouldn't even notice, or could you see him fitting any role in there?
I could see Game acting a great role in there. I'm sorry, like I really could. Game got a personality. And I think he could definitely he wouldn't be carrying it probably for 2 3 seasons. They might have him for like if not a whole season, 5 6 episodes out of a season. But I think every appearance that he would have would be important on the show. It would make sense. You know what I mean?
I feel you, bro. But yeah, I'm just posting it up right now. Everybody go follow Bella K and also stream her video that we got pinned up right now. If you guys want to show some support. C Spade says Tommy and Reek's power books have been fire. Now
Yeah.
with that one comment, I get what it's about now, kind of. Now they
Hmm.
all get their own books. They get
Yeah.
their own stories.
So yeah, so basically the main power it had a bunch of characters in it, and then they start spinning off to they did the first it was the Raising Canaan, I believe, where it spun off of 50 original story. No, it was probably it was Ghost first. It was Ghost with Tyreek, which was Ghost's son. And then they did the Raising Canaan, and then they got the Power Book Force, which is Tommy. So yeah, they spinning off with the characters, man. So he expanded it so great. It was so genius to the point where a series can end and you be upset, but with him spinning off with the characters, it puts like a extendable limit on a whole show period. That's what make it so dope.
All Pro says game would be hard in power, so getting on Fifth's bad side
Facts,
wasn't a smart move after y'all made up. And
facts.
you guys, be sure to join us tomorrow. Be sure to join us on our next stream because we are going to be talking about the quote unquote makeup of 50 Cent in the game. But Wack 100 was asked, Will Eminem acknowledge it? Wack said he won't have no choice. The media is going to F him over. You went at MGK and then Nick Cannon. You taking that you talking all that shit on shit, he is gonna have to. So Wack says when the game drops this diss song, Twiz, he won't have no choice but to respond to the diss.
I look at it as entertainment. Entertainment. Excuse my mistake. You know what I'm saying? I look at it as an entertainment, but like the only thing that's tricky is it's like, why now, man? You know what I mean? But it also gives both of these MCs a chance to prove that they still got it. It also sheds light on has to do his thing. It's no different than a heavyweight right now, Tyson Fury or somebody like that, trying to challenge Mike Tyson to a fight. You know what I mean? Will Mike Tyson get in the ring and perform as the Tyson that we know him of being? You know what I mean? So, it's recreation. It's good recreation. Would have to respond. I would hope that he will respond, and I wouldn't doubt that he wouldn't respond. The game just need to come correct, and I hope come how he's supposed to be coming.
Real shit, man. And so the question about Jimmy Iovine came up. The question had to come up about Jimmy Iovine sort of dodging the game, if you would say that is how it was. Did you really look at it like that? Did you look at it like Jimmy Iovine was dodging the game that day?
I would say Jimmy Iovine made it as though the game didn't exist. It's no existence to you. Like the game is saying, I'm right here, and Iovine is like, did you hear something? Standing right over top of him and just walking past.
Well, Twiz, Wack 100 cleared it up. You know what I mean? As any good manager should be able to do. You guys take note. If you're going to get a manager, make sure you get a manager who can clean up your mess.
True.
So Wack said, Jimmy has been out of the picture. So Wack flipped this whole thing, Twiz. Wack said, who did you see in the video? Wack asked, who did he holler at? Wack pointed out the man that the game hollered at, that's Larry Jackson, the guy who actually signed Chief Keef. Yeah. The dude that the game was actually talking with when Jimmy Iovine went around him. Wack said, that's Larry Jackson. He runs Apple. Game acknowledged Larry. Larry kept moving. Game kept moving. So Wack 100 just totally flipped that whole situation right there for everyone making a big deal that Jimmy Iovine sort of sidestepped him.
Listen.
And I pointed it out in one of our last streams who that man was, Twiz. I know you know that.
Facts, but the way Wack is talking, I wouldn't be surprised if Wack is sitting right next to Game while Game is writing, and Wack like, don't forget to say this. Like Wack, bro.
Oh no, Wack. Bro. I think Wack is a good manager. He knows how to spin the story right to make his artist look great.
He's a great manager. Not only do he manage, he be front line for the people that that he stand for, man. I definitely give him that. At the end of the day, he be riding till the wheels fall off, man. Yep. So
riding against Jimmy Iovine, riding against Eminem, that's loyalty to us.
And he riding against Eminem, and about a few weeks ago, I heard him talking about maybe last month or so, and it was a clip out there where he was speaking very highly of Eminem and how great of a rapper Eminem was. But when it comes to his team and people that that he's supporting, he gonna stand with the people he stand with.
So Wack said that's Larry Jackson. He runs Apple. He had his conversation with who he wanted to have the conversation with. He had his conversation with who he wanted to talk to. Game and Jimmy Iovine have the understanding for the past 13, 14 years. They got the understanding that they don't say nothing to each other. You don't say nothing to me. I don't say nothing to you. Neither one of them attempted to acknowledge each other, is what Wack 100 is saying about that video. He's pointing out all the aspects of Apple Music, Larry Jackson, you know, the guy we saw the game talking to, he's saying these two haven't been talking to each other for the past 13 years.
2 words, man. 2 words. Sounds good. I mean,
Sounds
you
real
know.
good, bro. Sounds real good.
Wack making it make sense, you know, to his best ability. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock him.
He's saying that Jimmy Iovine and Game had an understanding from 13, 14 years ago, you know, when they booted the Game's ass off of the label for dissing the whole G Unit. You know, we all knew that for the past 15 years, but Wack 100
Facts.
put it so dope. You know what I mean?
Facts.
If only Wack was there back in 2005 or back in 2007 to save the Game's career.
Real rap. He could have caught the fade with 50 and they could have worked it out. You know?
Where was Wack back when the Game really needed him, when he didn't have this public relationship? You know what I mean? This he had no way to tell the people as quaint as Wack 100 just did.
Suge was still home, man. You know what I mean? He was still out there holding umbrellas and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. That's right. Suge was home, and Suge did not mess with the Game, if you don't remember, Twiz.
Facts.
He didn't mess with the Game. The Game didn't sign with him. But in reality, it was Suge that didn't sign the Game. But I don't think Suge really had bread to sign the Game back then, Twiz.
Yeah, probably not. But Wack probably was there like, you know what? I would like to work with that guy. And years later, you know what I mean?
I mean, the rumors were that Suge Knight was giving people bread and shit like that. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
75,000, 80,000 is only going to work for just so many people, you know?
Facts. Once it started jumping in the 2000s and all of that, like, you know, the death row relevancy, it changed a lot. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have like a solid ground of artists. You know what I mean? We remember the Snoop and Pac, and you know the list goes on. So as years went on and stuff started even happening with Suge, it started getting watered down a little bit. You know what I mean?
So Wack went on. He said Game told Larry. So it's crazy. Wack actually knows everything that the Game told Larry, I guess. Game told Larry, good looking out on the love you showing easy. The problem is you people don't know that's Larry Jackson. Google Larry Jackson. Then the picture looks a little bit different. He acknowledges who he wants to acknowledge. So he went up to Larry and he told him, good luck on showing love to Easy, the new record with Kanye West. It's interesting because, I mean, if you look at Bobby Shmurda, the Shmoney, it had like 17 million views. And then you look at Easy, you know, a rapper, The Game, who's been around for like so many more years than Bobby, and The Game has 7 or 8 million views. How do you compare those numbers, Twiz, where Bobby's doing a 20 million, but The Game is still doing just about half of that?
Yes, it's definitely good, man. It's hard to compare the numbers because it's a whole different, you know, form of fans and stuff out now. But it just shows you that, you know, the Game relevancy still, you know, after all of these years, him coming out the time that he come out, and we know like Bobby Shmurda stuff. On top of him dropping that you know that hit that he had a lot of things tied in fan base wise and the people watching because of the case and how he stood tall. So with him dropping music after that, the people won't be tuned in more than it. You know, we look at Bobby Shmurda music 15 years from now.
Right.
How would them numbers hit? You know what I mean?
Right. That's a good point. I just heard somebody say something along those lines, unless it was you on the last podcast, Twiz. You know what I mean? But yeah, great point right there. You know what I mean? In 15 years, or maybe it was Wack 100 who was saying the fact that the Game still has numbers moving on these charts 15, 16, 17 years later. It really says something, man. The fact that he has a video out with probably, it may be 10 million views right now. You know what I'm saying? And this is the Game's, what is this? The Game's 10th album? Is it his 7th, 9th, 8th or 9th album? You know what I mean? The Game has some credibility, Twiz.
Definitely, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? And real rap schizo and definitely salute to game. Um, I wasn't on here throwing shots at you, game, and nothing, but at the end of the day, will tell you to your face. I just feel like is, a, a better MC than you. You know what I mean? I think he got what it take to come up in a victory, and it is what it is. It's hip hop. It's arguments. It's like talking about is LeBron better than Jordan?
It
AI
makes
and
sense
Kobe. You know what I mean?
because Twiz, I don't really consider Eminem in the game from the same era.
Numbers before game, definitely.
Yeah, M blew up in like 1999, 2000.
Yeah, yeah. You
Game
can't.
blew
You
up
can't.
a half a decade later,
Yeah, we can't put them in the same era because 50 was out before game, and 50
2 years before
was
game. Yeah,
and 50 was publicly lit before game. You know what I mean? So even
exactly.
though he been lit in New York on mixtapes and stuff before that, but
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Many years before that, actually. But yeah, then the game, who was still around G Unit and shit back then would probably be like, well, I was there. You know what I mean? Well, I was there. But yeah, man, I really appreciate everybody for tapping in. This is just part one. This is just part one. We are gonna have a part two of this stream for y'all.
definitely.
So make sure you tune into it where we're gonna go over all the beef with Interscope. We're gonna go over a bunch more. Actually, 50 Cent and the game. Actually, apparently they ended their beef. I mean, I don't know where I was for that one, Twiz, but we're gonna discuss it on our next episode.
Definitely, definitely. We gonna dig into it. Salute to the whole chat, man. Much love and respect. Y'all know how we carry it. Hip hop
Did,
talk, man. That's how we do it.
did you know the beef ended, Twiz? I wasn't really
I
aware.
don't I don't think it ended. I just don't think that it was relevant enough to 50. The beef continues if 50 continues to feed into it. So just
Yep.
because 50 ain't been saying stuff or mentioning game, he just wanted to let him die out. That's how I looked at it. Chase Moolah, you know how we carry it.
Jason says that he saw the video for the joint easy. Yeah, there was a lot of buzz around that video because of everything going on with Pete Davidson as well.
Facts.
I think you can attribute some of the views to that as well, Twiz.
Absolutely.
Would you give it 2.5 to 5 million views based off of that alone, or am I reaching a little bit?
I mean, nah, we talking about internet, we talking about streams, we talking about the world knowing what's going on. So absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff play a part.
Now, Twiz, I do want to say Eminem has been, I believe, right after the MGK beef, Eminem released an album as well, kind of unexpectedly. So Eminem is smart when it comes to this marketing as well.
Yeah,
Interscope aren't no fools. They see, okay, there's a buzz around Eminem, million copies, and sell them over the course of a couple months, and the million
true.
copies will sell.
True. I'm eating good though. I'm just one of the few rappers that's getting a lot of money. You never see him flashy. Um, you know what I mean? He just carry it differently. I feel like he just somebody that the money and stuff like that, it don't impress him like a lot of rappers because he got it. He already got it. But when you see him, he will look like a regular guy. You know what I mean? You're not gonna see him with 16 chains on. You're not gonna see him talking about I'm pulling up in this wraith or I'm pulling up in this like just what he went out of life and everything. Period. Some things is it's the priceless things where I think is trying to connect to.
Do
You know
you
what I mean?
do you think he still does pull up in the Wraith though, Twiz?
Probably he still do it, but he don't praise them things like some artists do.
He's
Like
not
you ever
rapping about it on every song for
he
sure. If
not
ever.
rapping about it. If you see him on a live or something, and say he go Instagram live, he not gonna be up there with stacks of money or pulling out bank rolls or talking about, just he's just a different person. That's what I like about man. You know what I mean? He just different and he's true to himself. And when you're true to yourself like that, you get far in life. You know what I mean? Period.
Yeah, apparently so. Like we were saying a little bit earlier, the people like originality, man. If you're
Facts,
coming into the game and you're trying to act like somebody else, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make it. You know what I mean?
facts,
There are those shots where people make it, you know what I mean? But in most cases, people make it off of being original, bringing something new to the game, offering a new sound,
facts,
a new voice. You know what I'm saying?
facts. We didn't see coming on like Slim Jesus or him having rap videos, and it's a
And holding,
thousand.
holding pieces like he was like a G Unit guy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. 1,000 women in the joints going crazy, and you know what I'm saying? Like his he got he has a true art form of his music, man. And I always respect his art form of music. Even though some stuff we all might not understand it, but he understands it. That's all that matters. It's like going to an art gallery and you might see a picture where somebody like they just slapped paint on it, but that one person can see a different vision when they look at that painting. That's how I look at Eminem's style of music.
I want everybody in here watching right now to click the link that I have pinned up. You can check out Bella K's new drill remix of The Stand, the classic Stand single from Eminem. And listen, right now, all 80 of you, whoever drops a comment on Bella's new Stand video and sends me that comment on Instagram, I will give you a story post. Whatever story post you want. If you have a music video trailer you want me to post, a picture for your podcast that you want me to post, or anything, you know what I'm saying? As long as you show me proof that you made a comment on Bella's new video, I will do that for you. All you got to do is click on the link that we got pinned up right now. Also, and for the outro of the show, while everybody sends in some questions, if you have any, I wanted to speak on some sales, Twiz. Book of 600, Little Dirk's artist, has been posting the sales for the 7220 album. And third week, the 7220 album moved 65,000 units, Twiz. This is the same amount of units that The Voice did in its first week. So now Little Dirk in his third week on the charts is moving as much as he used to move on his first week.
That's fire, man. It's progression. This him leveling up. That goes back to why he was talking to Rondo like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like he made it, bro. You know what I mean? So God's willing, he can keep it up because Dirk he's a lit artist, man. He got potential. He can sing, he can rap, he can do whatever you want on the track. So you know what I'm saying? God's willing, he can keep carrying it like that, and he should be around for a while, man. Hitting them type of numbers.
Let me see what I got here. Nope, I don't think that's the one. This might be the one. No, this isn't the one. Nope. I was trying to actually see if I could find that little drop I had from Dirk real quick. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Yeah, Dirk's a good dude, man. Wish I could do a watch along from one of my old interviews with Little Dirk, but I used to put too much music there back in the day and shit and screwed it up. You know how that shit used to go. But all right, you guys.
Facts.
I appreciate everybody tapping in. This is what I was talking about, a better drop, but this is one I have on hand. I want to know what other blogger has this shit.
Lil Durk on rock with Mikey T, the movie star. You already know you're rocking, man. 300.
Somebody hit me up and said, how old is that video with Little Dirk? I mean, shit. My blogging goes back, Twiz. My blogging goes back, man. I wouldn't feel comfortable jumping up here talking about a lot of these artists if I had not met them and spoke with them in person, Twiz.
Facts. I remember coming home from jail and and seeing exclusive joints you did. You talking about Wayne, like all types of artists, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, you've been doing this
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Twiz. You are the man, bro. Let's get our drops in, Twiz, so everybody can make sure they follow us on social media. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel that you guys all subscribe right now so you never miss myself and SV Twiz live. We be getting it lit on these lives, man. We had a bunch of
Definitely.
people on here tonight. Twiz, I'm gonna pass it over to you, man. The floor is yours, my brother.
Man, y'all know how we carry it, man. This SB Twiz the Hood blogger. You know what I'm saying? Report Card Radio Live familiar with my brother Mikey T, the movie star, man. Y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Then, if y'all new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, tap the all notifications. Y'all already know. We drop them live bombs out the sky, bro. Make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying? Also follow me on the gram _Twiz215. Check the YouTube out at the Hood Blogger. Make sure y'all scroll through the page. Different content, you know what I'm saying? Keep it leveled out. But it's only one way from here, man, and that's up, man. Y'all stay tuned. Then we got a lot of fire content on the way. I'm telling y'all, man. This just the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got, man. I'm gonna keep it brief like that.
Yep, Twiz, I got your YouTube here as well. For everybody that wants to follow Twiz on YouTube, you guys can do that right now. It's pretty simple. You guys can tap in with Twiz. He drops videos, he drops information videos, as well as news clips as well. Oh shit. Bella's comments are off. Iceberg, the comments are off, bro. Damn. I guess I was about to say that again, but I guess the comments are off, so that does that. But it looks like before we get out of here, I am gonna get to show you guys this exclusive drop. Let me see. Because in this joint, Twiz, Little Dirk had said, "Remember this interview when we're at the top," and I would have to say right now, Little Dirk is at the top, Twiz.
Absolutely.
My nigga Dirk.
Nah, you know, he turned the fuck up, man. 2014.
Rest in peace, the Chinks.
Top of the year, rocking out with all real niggas. Cold Boy OTL. Shout out my nigga Money King. Y'all know he rocking, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shot Town.
Real niggas for life. You already know how we rocking. Shout out Rondo, Nunu, French.
Paranoid.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
World Star, we taking over 2014, man. Just remember I said that. Real nigga shit.
You know what I'm saying? We just did the Paranoid remix video. My nigga Dirk, Rose, Puff, Jada. You know what I'm saying?
Turn up.
My nigga Meek was in the building. Khaled. You know what I'm saying? We out here, man. Young niggas be getting it. You know what I'm saying? Fat shout to your baby moms. Fuck with her for sure.
Hey, shout out Fat
You know what
Trism
I'm
too,
saying?
man. Hey, just remember this interview when I said we gonna be on top, feel me?
Mikey T, the porno star, my motherfucking nigga.
Real
Nah,
nigga.
shout out my nigga Mikey T, the movie star. You know what I'm saying? We come from the bottom. My niggas with me in the projects. My first video, he came out shot in the projects with me.
Salute.
Killers.
Real nigga.
Fuck.
Real cracker. No, I'm just playing.
Twiz, what was up with that at the end? Why did he have to say that real cracker at the end and it just cracked him up so much?
Yeah, but man, put some respect on Mikey's name, man. Y'all see it, man. This legendary stuff right here, man. Legendary stuff, man. Salute to you, Mikey, man, for putting that footwork in. You know what I mean? You know, much respect, man. We can't forget or we can't forget the legacy, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't forget it, man. Much respect to you and also having this platform open where you really connecting to the people. You could easily be Hollywood, but you're not, man. You connect with the people. You show the people love on Instagram. You follow them back. You know what I mean? Give everybody fair opportunities, man. So we're going to carry it like that, man.
Yeah, this one part right here.
Niggas be getting it. You know what I'm saying? Fat shout to your baby moms. Fuck with her for sure.
Hey, shout out Fat
You know what
Trism
I'm
too,
saying?
man. Hey, just remember this interview when I said we gonna be on top, feel me?
Mikey T, the
Just remember this interview when I said we're going to be on top. Twiz, what does that mean when somebody says that? Because
Man,
obviously, I don't know if Little Dirk remembers that interview.
yeah, you know, don't be surprised, y'all, if y'all see Dirk popping up on Report Card Radio, man. You know what I mean? Mikey T is one of them guys that been showing people love before they was big. He had the vision. He saw success before it even happened. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised to see Dirk on the panel, man. That would be a lit interview. Jay, you already know how we carry it, Jay. Much respect.
Let me make sure I got Twiz's YouTube channel right there so you guys can subscribe to SV Twiz. But yeah, and shout out to French Montana for giving me this name.
Porno star, my motherfucking nigga. Star, my motherfucking nigga. Porno star, my motherfucking
Mikey T, the porno star. How about it, Twiz?
Now I see where it came from with Casanova. That show you Casanova was tuned into that interview. It shows you. Casanova said the same thing, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Right. You're right.
This was before, we knew about Casanova. So he was already a fan of you. You know what I'm saying? He was proud and happy to be on Report Card Radio because that was the same drop that Casanova gave.
Wow. I never even put that together, Twiz. Holy shit. But like Casanova said, man, I like to bang with my socks on, man.
Yeah. Socks and your Timberlands on. You know what I mean? Get that grip.
Nah, that was actually French Montana who gave me the name. Because it was on the French Montana, it was on the Paranoid remix video shoot.
Facts.
Facts. When French was like, "That's your new name." French was like, "That's your new name, Mikey T, the porno star." Crazy that Twiz just put that together. I never even. I'm gonna go check the dates on all that, but I'm pretty sure you're 100% right on that, Twiz, because you can go check out the Paranoid remix video shoot. Guys, can somebody in the chat before we get out of here, man? I was really thinking about this earlier. If Twiz, if you could tell me, that's great. Iceberg, maybe. Who wrote the song? That Paranoid, I'm tripping. Paranoid, I'm tripping. I'm in the club with two. I'm in the club and there's two girls and they know about each other. What was that song called? Or who wrote that song? Does anybody in the chat know?
I can't tell you offhand. I'm pretty sure the chat gonna answer it. Iceberg definitely probably know the answer.
Oh God, it's Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who tapped in tonight, man. It was a fun live tonight, man. Twiz.
Definitely.
How was the live podcast tonight, Twiz?
It was lit as always, man. And salute to the chat as always. Always got great topics, man. We have a ball on here all the time. Like I said, if y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all sub. And you know what I'm saying, tap in for the streams in the future, man. We have great conversations, man. Love the comments, love the energy. This for the true hip hop heads.
Right. Everybody follow me on the gram. Whoever follows me on the gram, I will follow you guys back. Everybody go check out Bella's new music video. She did a video for her remix of Stan. I want everybody to go tap in with SV Twiz. It's the Hood DA, Hood Blogger on YouTube. Twiz, before we get out of here, what are you drinking, bro?
Oh man, for one, I gotta shout out Gil and Wallow, man. This is the bar stool edition of the New Amsterdam right here.
Oh shit, Gillian Wallow.
You know what I mean? Bar stool edition.
Did your girl cheat on you today? Shot of New Amsterdam.
Bar stool. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Somebody cut you in line at the grocery store today? Shot of New Amsterdam vodka. Did you miss Mikey T and SV Twiz on the live podcast and you're commenting about it the next day? Shot of New Amsterdam vodka. It'll help. And then you can enjoy our stream as well. Twiz,
yes, sir.
Everybody on the next episode, man. It's love, man. From Mikey
T already.
Star, SV Twiz, all the way from Philly. You know, we're the CT Philly connection. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Subscribe if you haven't.
And we lit.
We lit.